So here is my current closet. I know it's extremely messy and not very organized, but I just wanted to show you guys the before so that you know what I'm working with. My plan is to empty all of this out, so everything that's hanging up here as well as all the drawers below, and then sort through everything and donate what I think is still in good condition, and then obviously throw the rest away. After I'm done sorting, my plan is to fold everything using the KonMari filing method. So I'm going to probably put on a movie and just fold for a few hours, and then I will show you guys the finished results. So basically a few questions that I'm going to be trying to answer today is, one, is the KonMari method actually a space saver? As you can see right now, my drawers are overflowing, so I'm going to see if I end up having more room in my drawers. And also number two, if the KonMari method of folding is sustainable and how long it actually lasts. All right, so here is my empty closet. I actually decided to just pull out the drawers instead of emptying them, and that way I could clean all the dust that was at the bottom there. I also pulled out the big drawer, which is under our bed frame from IKEA, and I brought everything into my living room. So as you can see, all my hanging clothes are on my couch, and then I've got tons of boxes and all the clothes that came out of my drawers. On the left-hand side there, I have all of my drawers empty and ready to be filled with the clothes that I'm going to fold. So I didn't film the folding process because it took me quite a few hours. If you guys want to see how the KonMari method of file folding works, there's tons of videos here on YouTube for each item in your closet. That is where I learned how to fold most of my clothes. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on the folding, and I will show you guys the finished result when I'm done, and then I'm going to go over my thoughts on whether this is worth it or not.
6.5 hours later.
So now that I'm done doing my closet, I'm just going to give you my quick thoughts on whether I thought this was worth it or not. So the first question I want to answer is, does this method of folding really save space? And from what I can see, yes, it totally does. Even though I donated a portion of my clothing, I did not donate enough to have extra space in my closet, because as you guys could see, starting off, my closet was overflowing. So in my mind, I think the amount that I donated would have maybe brought my closet down to just being full and not overflowing. However, after refolding everything, I have extra room in one of my drawers. I have almost a full row if I were to move a bunch of stuff over and just compact it into 3 rows. So yes, I do think that this file fold method does save space. Also, additionally, I think if I didn't have that extra space and let's say all my rows were full, what I've noticed is that it's really easy to add things to the rows because of the way it's folded stacked straight up. If you want to add, say, an extra sweater or an extra top to that row, all you have to do is just push the row in a little bit, and because most of our clothing is fairly flexible and soft, it will basically just condense that row and make room for whatever piece you want to add to it. Lastly, I'm so happy that I actually fit all 4 seasons worth of clothing into my closet, plus that one drawer that you guys saw, which is under my IKEA bed frame. That bed is the IKEA Brimnes bed is how I think you pronounce it, but I will link it down below if you guys are interested. I fit so much clothing in that one drawer. So yeah, again, I did fit all 4 seasons into my closet, so I do think it saves a lot of space. So the second question I want to answer is this method sustainable? Are you going to be able to maintain the way that these clothes are being folded? I am filming this about 2 months after I actually did my closet, so here is what I want to tell you guys. I have been able to actually maintain this form of folding throughout my entire closet for the last 2 months. So that means about 8 loads of laundry that I've done now, and I've gotten into the habit of just folding the file folding way instead of the way that I regularly fold. It's honestly not that different from how I used to fold, so I am kind of used to it now. And yeah, my closet looks exactly the same. So yes, I do think it is absolutely sustainable. One reason why I think it actually has worked so well for me is because normally where my closet starts to get messy is when I am looking for clothing in a rush and I can't seem to find what I'm looking for. So I kind of just like ruffle through everything, and then that is sort of where the mess is left because I rush out the door and I don't bother to put everything back properly. So I think what has helped me is because the file folding method is laid out in such a way that you can actually see every piece of clothing. There's nothing like laying underneath a piece of clothing. It has stopped me from digging through everything. And so there's no need for that mess to be created in the first place, if that makes sense. So I really do think that's a big factor in how sustainable this method of folding is. So just a few more benefits that I've noticed after redoing my entire closet this way. I have actually started wearing more items that I never used to wear before because they were hidden in the back or underneath clothing that I wouldn't normally look at. So yeah, I've been wearing pieces that I bought such a long time ago and have literally almost forgotten about. So definitely a pro there. Also, another thing that I found super helpful is I kind of now know, because I can see all of my clothing, what I'm sort of missing in my collection, or maybe what I want to add, and it sort of stops me from buying multiples or duplicates or extremely similar items. You know, we all have that item that we buy like 3 or 4 of because we really just didn't get it right the first time. I've noticed it's helped me a lot in knowing what I'm missing from my collection. Another hack, if you guys want to use, is take a picture of your drawers when you leave the house to go shopping. And when you're at a store, open up those pictures and you'll be able to see exactly how many sweaters you own, exactly how many tops you own, and what colors you own them in. And that way you can venture out of your comfort zone a little bit and maybe buy things that you don't already own. So overall, do I think that doing the KonMari method and file folding everything in my closet was worth it? Yes, I absolutely do think it's worth it. I highly recommend it if you guys have a closet that has a lot of drawers in it, or you exclusively only have your clothes in a dresser. I absolutely would recommend you do this. So the one area of my closet that I didn't do the KonMari method and the file folding method on was my socks and my delicates. So those I have still kept in my other portion of my PAX wardrobe, but I organized them in a different way. And if you guys want to see how I did that, I have another video up on my channel called the ladies accessory organization video in an IKEA PAX. And most of that video is how I organize my jewelry, nail polish, and purses, but in that PAX wardrobe is actually where I also keep my socks and my delicates, and I did organize them into these bins that I bought from IKEA. So if you guys want to check out how I did that, I will link that video up here, and there will also be a link in the description bar below, so you guys can check that out. All right, I think that's all I have to share for today. If you guys tried this on your closet, then please leave a comment down below and let me know how you liked it. I'm really curious to see if this method works for other people or if it just happened to work for me. If you guys learned something from this video, then please go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel if you guys want to be notified when I upload a new video. Just make sure you hit the bell icon next to the subscribe button and you guys will receive a notification. So as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!